Watch me ignite the fire inside this neon night. We are chasing the glory at this crazy height. Keep the target locked within your own clear sight. Everything we do feels purely and perfectly so right. Building a kingdom while playing this high-stakes game. Soon the entire world will remember my gold name. Walking through shadows but feeding this wild blue flame. And energy so massive that no one can ever tame. Waking up early just to start the daily grind. Seeking the treasures that the lazy never will find. Focus vision is the only thing on my mind. Leaving all of the negative losers far away behind. Feeling the ground beneath me begin to loudly shake. Walking the path that others are too afraid to break. Leaving a massive ripple across this very deep lake. No more promises that I am ever gonna break. Riding the rhythm and catching a brand new flow. Oh, oh, under the spotlight, watch how we start to glow. Oh, this is the secret that everyone wants to know. Putting on the biggest and the most iconic show. Looking at gravity like I am a falling star. Driving this journey until I have gone quite far. Raising the limit and lifting the heavy go bar. Speeding through life inside a custom racing luxury car. Reaching the peak and grabbing all of the power. Standing taller than every single cold city stone tower. Making it happen inside of a single golden hour. Diamonds falling down on me just like a shower. Taking the throne and making it my very own. Heavy is the weight of wearing this heavy crown. I am the talk of every single small town. Look at the empire that I have finally ground. Nobody's ever gonna stand in my way. Here at the top is exactly where I stay. Teaching the amateurs how they are supposed to play. On in the morning and winning every single long day. Counting the stacks of all this heavy green cash. Sprinting the distance in a very quick sudden dash. Moving so fast that I will never ever crash. Lighting the fuse and watching the bright white flash. Entering into a very dangerous and focused high zone. Feeling the rhythm deep inside of every single bone. Ignoring the calls coming through on my cellular phone. Reaching the summit, even if I am standing alone. Feeling the motor and the force of the drive. Never felt more vibrant, no more truly quiet alive. This is the garden where we finally will thrive. Taking a leap as we take a deep dive. Tripping in silver and covered in cold white ice. Living the life and it feels so very nice. Paying the toll and paying the very high price. Rolling the table and throwing the lucky red dice. Proving to them that I'm simply the best. Flying my jet to the hills in the west. Wearing the heavy gold chains on my broad chest. Working so hard that I do not need rest. Walking the hall like I am a young king. Hearing the bells as they begin to loudly ring. Showing you all what the future will surely bring. Sharp like a blade with a very deep sting. Standing alone on the top of the highest peak. Showing no mercy to those who are acting weak. Let the results and the numbers loudly, clearly speak. Design of the future is modern and very sleek. Always achieving more while I'm doing much less. Playing the board like a master of grand chess. Flinging up all of the drama in the mess. Handling the weight of the constant and heavy press. Keeping the vision and the dream forever staying true. Painted the world in the shade of electric blue. Enjoying the glory of this perfect and wide view. Doing the things that they have no real clue. Hungry for victory and wanting so much more. Lifting the spirits up off of the cold floor. Kick down the hinges of every single locked door. Hear the crowd giving me a loud, massive roar. Diving into the water so very blue and deep. Working while all of the competition is fast asleep. These are the promises that I intend to keep. High value moves because we never act so cheap. Watching the footage on a very long film reel. Keeping the energy and the passion quite very real. Line is as tough as a block of steel. Spinning around like a giant and heavy gold wheel. Looking at everything that we have finally just made. Knowing the legend will never ever begin to fade. Sitting relaxed underneath the cool and dark palm shade. Cutting the tension with a sharp and metal blade. Watching the sun as it starts to slowly rise. Keeping my focus on the big and shiny prize. Seeing the world through these very tired. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, waking up early just to claim my mental state. Carrying visions that carry such a very heavy weight. Serving the hunger upon a very shiny silver plate. Opening every single locked and bolted heavy iron gate. Watch how the sun and the stars always rise. Chasing the glory and grabbing the ultimate first prize. Measuring limits by looking at every single massive size. Climbing the ladder until I finally reach the sky. Locked in the rhythm and living in the zone. Taking the crown and sitting on a heavy throne. Harder than marble and tougher than the polished stone. Making sure that my name is very widely known. I'm reaching for a brand new height, burning so bright like a neon electric pulsing light. Taking the chance and starting a very long flight, holding the vision and keeping it very, very tight. Moving our bodies because we love to just sway. Everything is a game that we want to play. Whatever the cost, we are ready to just pay. Nothing can force us to ever wanna stay. Check out the flavor and look at the flow, running the stage and putting on a great show. Feeling the heat and watching the red neon glow, planting the seeds and watching the tall garden grow. Turn up the speakers and start a loud jam. Hit the gas pedal and give it a slam. Post every video on the worldwide the gram. Living my life and I do not give a damn. Breaking the chains because I wanna be free, holding the lock and holding the very only key. Look in the mirrors and locking the vision of me, spending the money upon a brand new shopping spree. Never retreating and never ever looking at the back, staying focused and running on the very right track. Out in the paper and building the very tall stack, leading the charge and starting a very bold attack. Stepping my foot on the very expensive marble floor, working for everything and always wanting much, much more. Knocking until I can open every single locked door, winning the game and settling the very final score. Pushing through every single moment of the heavy pain, standing outside and dancing in the very cold rain. Working so hard for every single little tiny gain, keeping the logic inside of my very busy brain. Driving in oceans that are very, very, very deep, working while all of the other people just sleep. Climbing the mountain that is very, very, very steep, taking the chance and taking a very big leap. Listening close for the very loud and clear call, playing the game and holding the very round ball. Standing up straight and standing very, very, very tall, breaking the bricks and breaking the very thick wall. Open your mouth and give a very loud shout, living my life without a single tiny little doubt, knowing exactly what the whole world is truly about. Gaining the fame and gaining a very high cloud. Listen to diamonds and how they really truly ring, acting like I am a very, very powerful king. Moving my body and watching it very slowly swing. Whatever you want is exactly what I will bring. Moving the car and driving it very, very fast, winning the race and making the memory really last. Leaving the ghosts in the very, very dark past, having a party and having a very big blast. Lacing my shoes and starting a very long run, having the time and having a lot of fun. Looking at battles that I have already truly won, checking the list until every single thing is done. Wearing the chains that are made of heavy gold, living the life that is very, very, very bold. Ever doing exactly what I am always being told, keeping the dream and keeping the very tight hold. Taking the wheel and starting a very long drive, working so hard so that I can truly thrive. Feeling the spark and feeling so very much alive, doing the work so that I can truly survive. Writing the name on a very big money check, wearing the ice on a very, very cold neck. Crashing the party and creating a very big wreck, dealing the cards from a very, very fresh deck. Doing whatever it truly really takes to just make early in morning before I finally start to wake. Putting my life on a very, very high stake, moving the ground until it starts to truly shake. Dropping the whip and take a very long ride, keeping the crew on my very, very own side. Walking with ego and walking with the light pride, over the ways where I can truly just glide. Looking for fire and looking for a tiny spark, leaving the permanent and very, very, very deep mark. Swimming in water like a very, very hungry shark.